Hello and welcome to the Latvian Corsair Webcast. This is the Beard Man, this guy, and the ReptileLady.
I was gonna go with either that or a surprise motherfucker, but I wanted to be subtle.
Coming to you loud and proud from the command zone. Sorry, command center.
Whichever.
Yeah. Anyways, so we have a fair bit to talk about today. We got a lot to talk about actually, and we'd like to go to our brand new ReptileLady to start us off with the show. Floor is
Not
yours.
really. Huh?
The floor is yours.
I'm not really new. Thank you.
Well, this is the first serious episode we have.
True.
First episode we actually planned, so.
Right, because these are all so serious.
No, totally.
Usually they're just off the top of our heads, but this time we actually have some form of structure going. So.
Yay, organization!
So we'll let you head us off.
Alright, so everyone loves their favorite president. President
Yes,
Trump.
everyone loves me. Even I love me. My wife loves me. My daughter loves me. I love me, myself, and me.
Do you love your tiny hands?
My hands are huge. Thank you very much. I will use these hands to build a wall.
It's gonna take forever. Anyways.
That was great, thank you. So, president laws or
Bills.
petitions without actually reading through it, and it's always has to do something with religion, which this is about religion, because apparently using birth control freely without having to pay for it is a bad thing, and it's a sin, and it's a mega issue. So President Trump has signed a petition, law, paperwork that now is telling women that they have to pay $30 a month to buy birth control.
And they have to pay out of pocket.
Out of pocket.
And what religion is this supposed to be satisfying?
Probably Christianity. Probably.
Boo.
Because your stupid little paperwork from your Jesus Christ person told
Yeah,
you that.
I was gonna say, let's just keep religion out of politics. I think it's just ridiculous that it has to be.
It is.
Our Lady Perpetual Exemption. That was a good
Amen to
religion.
that.
That was a good religion. Anyways, go on.
Let's see. Which probably also stops people from it. It's kind of stupid because men, no offense to all of you, get things very easily. Like condoms. Condoms are like $1 a pack, $2 a pack. Depending where you go, like at the gas station, they're like $1.25.
What the fuck's a condom?
Shut up.
Staying out of this one.
Honestly, a lot of guys don't even really pay for them. They go down to places like DSHS and get them for free.
And get them for free.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Women, on the other hand, who seem to be like the downside, which is going to be my next topic, reason why I'm kind of pissed at the moment, is it's stupid that you guys can get it for free while we still have to pay. We have to go through all this bullshit.
Shouldn't have to pay
And
for
half
it.
the time, men don't even use condoms, and that's the reason why women get your birth control.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't have the money to buy birth control.
Exactly.
There's no time, and it's mainly because of religion. They put religion into politics, which, everything, it's so difficult to talk about because it makes me so pissed off. A lot of people in Christianity think that you're killing your heavenly angel that's growing inside of you.
They're saying that abortion is a sin, basically.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
There's no sin if there's no baby in there to begin with, then. That's what the birth control is there for.
people think it's when you get pregnant, you take the birth control. It doesn't work that way.
Didn't
You
know.
can't birth control is there to stop you from getting pregnant.
Right.
It is something you take before the act or use during the resulting infants.
See, they already had a product that you could use that you had to buy, which is called Plan B. You use it 72 hours after you've had unprotected sex if you find that you're going to get pregnant because they've come inside of you. You have to pay for that one to begin with. You have to go to like Planned Parenthood, or it's behind the bar thing for the at most health centers. You have to pay for that one to begin with. But birth control was always paid with insurance if you had insurance. Beforehand, if you didn't have insurance, you still had to pay for it, which then I think it was like $25 to begin with. But now it's $30 for even the people who have insurance, which I think is really stupid. Because a lot of people use birth control for other reasons. I used it because I had an irregular period, which means I don't get it every month. So you take birth control so that you can have your period every month. And a lot of people use
It
it
helps to
also
regulate your
because they have a
hormones.
period that lasts. They have to last the whole entire month, which is not normal. So they use birth control to regulate it, to make it regular. But now you have to pay for it, which is nonsense because not that many people have money to pay for something like that.
That's true.
That's why I think it's unfair.
Ignore these sounds outside.
Kind of like an airplane.
Nope, just a couple idiots that think they can carpenter.
Oh.
Look at
This
me,
has
I'm
been
a
going on for a
carpenter.
couple months. Yeah.
But that's what I have to say about that topic. Any comments?
This gonna sound insensitive for me, but ew.
Why is it ew?
When this show started, I did not want to hear about periods, nor did I think I was going to hear about periods.
It is a normal body function that should not gross
I think
out.
it's relevant.
A lot of body functions, though, are a little bit disgusting.
There are men out there that don't even know that women have periods. They think that women
Trump.
just like to make up
Trump.
excuses to go to the bathroom.
Trump.
They think that we can turn it off and on.
But you can't.
I had someone ask me one day if I could turn my period on and off. Like it was some sort of automatic thing. Like, no, I can't.
You wish, but
I'm not a fucking reptile.
I didn't-
Reptiles can do that.
I didn't know you were in close contact with President Trump.
I know.
Anyways, I know it sounds terrible for me, but I'm sorry, but ew.
Your face is ew.
Oh.
burn.
I still love you, so don't take that so hurtfully.
I'm gonna go blog about it now.
You want to borrow my laptop after this so you can? Oh, he's always getting his phone out.
Don't make me get the other one too. I'll get both
He
phones.
brings two phones to this thing.
Two blogs at once.
Why do you bring two phones?
Easy. I put one in each pocket.
No, I said why.
Magic.
He considers it multitasking.
Okay. So do you want me to say all of my topics now, or?
Well, we can segue into the second one from this one.
Yeah, what?
Sorry, the picture just popped up on my phone and it's very weird.
Yeah.
The topic that we were planning on segueing into about you want to talk about feminism.
Oh, the two different types of feminism.
The different varieties, so to speak.
There's really only two of them. You have the people who want equality, and then you have the women who want over equality. And by the meaning of it is that they wish all men would die and that they could have everything. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because
Thanks,
I know a couple
ladies.
people who... Huh?
I said, thanks, ladies.
Right?
I just saw the weirdest thing.
What?
What the fuck?
Okay.
What
It
is your
took-
weird
it took-
thing? Come on.
Turn your, yeah.
It took me a moment to...
Don't ever...
well, something that holds some relevance to feminism.
What?
Oh, we're not going to talk about that, though. There might be kids listening. So go on about your feminism, please.
Yeah, so the
not
kids can hear
your
you.
feminism, but the two different types.
So that the kids can hear you.
And not hear what me and... those-
Okay. You can shut your mouth. Thank you.
Yay.
Shut up.
You have normal feminism, which are people that they want equality. They want to have the same pay as men do.
Mm-hmm.
The same, like,
Everything.
they want to be able to work in the same areas. Like, there are women that want to work as people who fix cars.
They want all the
not-
same rights that men have.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's
The same
understandable.
pay, the same jobs, the same
Opportunities
free
and everything
stuff,
else.
Stuff
Yeah.
around there.
And then there's that other feminism where you're saying they want more than what the men are getting, and they want the men to get less than what they already are.
Pretty much. Which there are more those feminists than there is the actual feminists.
Why
Of
am I
what
not
feminist actually
surprised?
means.
I've encountered one of those before.
Oh, I know a lot of them, and they're annoying as can be.
I ran into one personally one day. Oh my god. Do I have a story to tell about that?
Oh, please do tell. See, I used both hands on that one.
Did you have to do that in a girly voice?
Totes.
OMG.
Okay, so basically I know what type of I believe the correct term for the second group is the feminazis. Is that what
Probably.
they're being called nowadays?
Sounds like it.
So
I
one
think.
one day I was
Yeah, probably.
One day I was walking home, and I ran into an old buddy of mine from high school, and we were talking, and this one feminazi comes, waddling by, and I don't say waddling because I thought she was fat. I'm saying waddling because she was fat.
Get to the point.
And the
most
first
men
thing-
are fat. They're over because of multiple reasons.
Well, I blame an eating disorder in this case because she was walking by with food in her hand, and the first thing she said was, "Fucking men standing around talking when they should be working." I was like, "Excuse me."
Seriously?
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. I yelled that word at her.
You called her a dude.
No. It's a word that I'm not allowed.
Fucking dude.
It's a word that I'm not allowed to say on the webcast anymore.
Oh, I know what word you're talking about. I know which word,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
related to Song of the South.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm just
I
gonna
was,
take it
I was
as
thinking of
an
another
insult.
word.
It was It wasn't an insult towards women. It was an insult towards a specific ethnicity, race, color. Sorry,
Are you being racist?
I was being racist that day. Yes.
Ooh, that's mean.
I think we've established that if I want to be mean, I can be downright cruel and unreasonable.
That's the understatement of the century.
Mm.
And if I want to be mean, all the brakes are out. We're going full crazy train to. Yeah.
Crazy town.
No, Flavor Town.
I don't want to go there.
Flavor
I
Town?
don't want to go to Flavor Town. I don't want
Oh,
to see a place where Guy
Flavor.
Fieri is the mayor or governor. I don't even want to see that crap. You know?
See,
Everybody's
I
a
heard
walking
Flavor
midlife
Town.
crisis. Everybody has got the freaking spiked hair and the
Frosted Tips.
and the shirts with the flames and the crazy ass food.
I'm
and
pretty
shit.
sure Guy Fieri's is feminism. Is a feminist.
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen him do anything manly. And yes, that is the thing. There are men who are into the cause of feminism.
Feminism.
Stop that.
No.
There are guys that are into that. You know, they're into supporting that. And that's okay. Guys can support equal rights for women too.
It is. And there are a lot of really positive ones. The men are more positive as feminists than the actual women are. Women are, like, super aggressive. And that's another reason why women can't really, like, being friends with women, they're always, like, cautious and, like, on guard. Because the minute that they snap and they know that the person across from them is not going to be their friend, they turn into, like, little fucking demons. They want to kill each other.
And that's when you run like hell.
Oh, yeah. That's why I don't have I have, like, one friend, and that's it.
All periods,
in
no
person.
capitals.
Huh?
Nothing.
Mm.
It's an old saying from high school. It's to depict people like it. It's a saying that relates to people like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't say though that a lot of men care more about the cause of feminism than women do. It's just
Well, I'm
that
not saying that a lot of men
hold
care
on.
about it more.
what I'm trying to say is that the way that some people are approaching it is just unacceptable.
Oh, yeah.
By the way,
A huge margin.
go away,
Huge.
Trump.
Huge.
Go away.
Huge.
Take your tiny hands with you.
Huge.
You need an extra small hand towel for them hands.
Huge.
But it's like most of the people that are men that accept it, a lot of people are like, oh, you must be gay. That's like another huge misconception because most of them are not. They just are tired of their sisters, their best friends, their wives being treated like trash, while someone who works in the same level as them as a man is getting more money than them.
Oh, you must be gay. Oh, you must have been a woman before. That sort of thing. You know,
Pretty much.
guys who do support feminism don't need that flack.
Oh, no.
We just care. We're good people. We care that women have equal rights.
Exactly.
It's the women that want unequal rights tipping in their favor that make us not want to support, though.
Yeah.
So right now, feminism's riding a double-edged blade, and it's not going that well. When they're sitting there with the feminazis are trying to push for more rights than is needed, because it makes even the people who do support actual feminism not want to support it.
Exactly.
And
It's pretty much all I have for that one, too.
well,
Fair enough.
well, I'm not gonna risk any more of the discussion on it because I might make an asshole of myself
Yeah, you might.
if I haven't
Well,
already.
He does that on a daily basis.
That's true.
Go fuck yourself. Anyways, well, what's that? Well, so that's the topic of the feminists and the feminazis ruining the image of feminism. Or on the topic of ruining images, I believe there's some athletes who have some experience of ruining their own image.
Oh yeah, all the time, constantly.
This
dude.
guy?
Yeah. Here, present.
No,
Here, everyone.
you want to?
Here, everyone.
You have a topic on that?
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it.
I think
Let's get on it, champ.
I'm a champion.
Bitch, sit down.
I'm sitting down.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're supposed to be standing up though for the pledge. You know, image. It's all about the image.
Yeah, it is.
And apparently, some athletes.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I honestly really stopped watching sports. Like, I give up on sports because it's like, you hear about all these athletes getting arrested and getting fined for different things. Like, oh, this one's doing drugs. This one's getting arrested for whatever. This one's getting...
He's
whatever.
not standing for the Pledge of
Well, I
Allegiance.
mean, this doesn't really have anything to do with that. Like,
I know,
I'm keeping that out of this.
They're just being bad role models, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like back in the day, we used to have athletes like Brett Favre, Michael Jordan,
Brett
Tiger
Favre.
Woods. We used to look up to these guys. Well, not Tiger Woods anymore because of the cheating on his wife 14 times.
Hey! Everyone makes mistakes.
But no, I mean it's just like being a role model. It's just going down the fucking toilet.
Yeah, I mean, there used to be a time, if I'd go to the store as a kid, I'd see a regular box of, like Frosted Flakes. I was like, 2 seconds later, I'd see a box of Frosted Flakes with a star athlete. I was like, I want that one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but we got you this one. I was like, but that one doesn't have an athlete on it. There used to be a time people would be happy to eat a bowl of Frosted
Like we
Flakes.
actually had like people to look up to. Now it's like, who do we look up to?
Up to the Lord and
Absolutely
Savior.
Yeah.
Oh. You gotta get the mushroom cloud. Yeah. That was actually perfect timing. Here, I was going to say look up to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So no, we don't look up to no one. And it's bad. Some bad that some rappers are better role models. Some rappers are better role models.
I don't know what rappers you're
I was
talking
gonna
about.
say,
because
name one.
You listen to all the music that you have out right now that are in the rap, and you can't understand a damn thing that they're saying.
Right?
Yeah,
sounds
so you
like-
can't understand if they're saying anything bad either.
Yeah, but it sounds like they've like numbed their lips and they're trying to talk, and it's just coming out in like vomit.
It's all the drugs.
And they
It's
all
the
look like
drugs.
they all look like they were dumpster diving and they got covered in trash. It's true though.
Alright, that may have been... There may be a rapper here and there that, it's very rare. It's very rare. They're small time and they haven't hit the big leagues yet.
So they probably are
I think
dumpster diving.
The only good rapper out there that has his music under rap would have to be Eminem. For sure. I don't listen to his music because I don't like rap to begin with. Rap and country
Neither
are
do
just
I.
things I don't listen to.
Yeah,
But
they're both just
A lot
crap.
of people listen to Eminem, and you can understand what he's saying. Most of his rap is poetry. That's what they've written it down in magazines. You have him all over the place. People do look up to him. His past probably isn't the best. His future probably isn't the best either. But you can understand what he's saying. He's not that bad of a person.
He's not
People do
slurring
like
like
him.
he's drunk.
Yeah.
I would... Oh, that image.
Yeah, take it down, dude.
I'm trying to. It won't let me scroll past it. There, turned it off.
Okay.
The mac and cheese and...
I never want to see that on your phone again. It just yeah.
Yeah. sorry. We're having stupid moments here.
We are having a stupid moment.
Anyways, basically, yeah. Athletes are...
Choose your heroes carefully, folks.
And
Very careful.
it's becoming a bad day and age when politicians are being heroes. I mean, yes, it's carefully crafted to make them look good, but at least they're caring about their image. Hey, did you know Putin has a...
That's a funny ass name.
Putin has a pop song about him?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's why John Oliver got that Emmy. That's why he deserved it that much.
Yeah, and
Relax.
Putin's... his pop song is catchy.
Putin.
Anyways, but yeah, it's bad when politicians are having, a better image and looking to be better heroes than, athletes and actors. Okay, some actors actually do have a good image.
Mm-hmm. Very, very few.
I mean,
Like they take up causes and stuff like that, and they stay out of trouble and keep their noses clean and keep their shit together, and they're, you know.
Well, that limits down like 3.
Right?
I mean, Ben Affleck, he may not be good, but at least he's worrying about his image now. He's Batman. He has an image to uphold.
Yeah.
Oh no, no one likes him as Batman.
Excuse me.
Oh, you should have seen my reaction when he was cast.
I like him as
I
Batman.
I was not happy.
So
I like him
I-
as Batman.
I mean,
he sounds like he
he
tries
did a good
too
job.
hard.
He did a good job, but it's still Ben Affleck, and I still cannot stand him.
Oh no, he didn't. No one liked him. I didn't like him. I thought he sucked.
I
He
liked
sounded
him.
like he
Fair
tried
enough.
way too hard.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, that's because he has. It's a big role to fill.
Mm-hmm.
The
Well, yeah,
role of
Batman.
Batman is old. Not as old as Superman, but it's still old.
No one likes Superman. He's too overused.
I see. Now we're gonna have a real issue.
She's kind of got a
I
point.
don't like Superman. I think he's an overused. Everyone loves him. I don't like him. I'm also the person who likes the villains more than the good guys.
I like Aquaman.
Oh, I love Aquaman. Aquaman's my favorite.
See,
And everyone's like, Aquaman's so stupid. He can't do anything outside the water. I'm like, yes, he can.
he can walk. He has legs.
Yeah, I thought
It's
they
like
nailed
having
it with the movie though.
goggles
Yeah,
or
Jason-
like
Jason Momoa's got it down.
Oh yeah, he's
Although
gonna be
I
great.
still think Ewan McGregor, because he's blonde, has a beard, he would have worked.
Yeah.
It would have taken a little extra time to get him into shape for it, but it would have worked.
Hmm.
For those of you at home who don't know, Ewan McGregor's the guy who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequels,
Oh.
the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
For those who don't even know who Obi-Wan Kenobi is.
Then your existence is no longer
We're,
valid.
we're revoking your existence if you don't know what Star Wars is.
Give us your life card. You're done.
No, not your life card, your existence card. You're just wiping you from the history books.
You get the fuck out of here.
Never existed. Nope.
Nope, 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 nope. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
And so there's there's a lot about the image. That's what we're originally talking about. Image. Actors. Who would you say is the actor with the best image right now? Like which actor
It's
doesn't
really
have
hard
any
to say.
scandal going on for
It's
him?
really hard to say.
What do you know?
All of them do.
What does Jason Momoa have then?
I don't know who that is.
He's the one that's playing Aquaman.
Oh.
He played.
The only thing I don't like about the new Aquaman is that Aquaman is a ginger,
Yeah, he's blonde,
and he wears a green suit.
green and orange.
Well, same, but they don't have that in the new guy. I mean, the new guy's really sexy, and I think he's hot as fuck, but
This
he's
this
not.
this is the guy that played the horse guy on Game of Thrones.
Well, yeah. What's his name?
But like, does he have any scandals going on? As far as I know,
Not that I know of.
he's still kind of a. He's
I
been
don't
around a
know.
while, but he only came to fame recently, like the
Yeah.
big
Pretty
time.
much.
I mean, as far as I know, his record is clean. He's
He's
playing.
got a wife and a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He's got a wife, a couple kids.
I say he's a pretty good role model right now.
I think
So
so.
far.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Henry Cavill, what has he done?
Nothing. I don't
He
know
played
who it
World of Warcraft.
is. No. Probably.
Let's
what?
see. Cavill.
He did good in The Man from Uncle, or The Man from
Yeah.
Uncle. He did great.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see.
He works with the Royal British Marines quite a bit. Like he does a lot of work for them, and he's taken up a few causes here and there for the environment and stuff like that.
There you go.
So
I know his past expired, but Robin Williams, he's a good. He
even though his past was a little murky,
even a murky past.
it doesn't mean squat. You can always bounce back from it.
I mean, Tiger Woods can still bounce back. Yes, he can. Don't say he can't.
As far as this golf game, I don't think so.
I mean, Bill Cosby. There's no coming back from what happened with him.
No, you can't.
He was a huge. He was a big.
You know what?
Mr. Cosby, you were a big idol in the past. People looked up to you, and
Because
now
of the sweater, you see.
it wasn't the
Yellow
sweater.
pudding.
It wasn't the sweater.
Like the
You
jazz.
you were playing a family man, and it's basically
With the kids and Rudy and Theo.
it's actors who were basically
I didn't do it.
it's actors who are family men. They actually they're there with their families. They're kind of the role models. They're sitting there.
Didn't
Now,
do it.
I
Wow.
want to say a bad role model are the Kardashian family.
Awful. Terrible. No.
Boo.
I hate it when my mom watches a show because I'll walk in and be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm watching the Kardashians." I'm like, "Are you
Nope.
kidding me?
That
Why?"
Just terrible.
Everyone has their guilty pleasure. That thing that they enjoy watching
But everyone else hates.
that they don't want everyone else to know about, or the thing they do they don't want anyone else to know about.
They're just a bunch of plastic people. They're like,
Kardashians should be a guilty pleasure that people want to watch, but they don't want to really watch them. Though technically they should be something no one wants to watch. They shouldn't even exist.
Right.
Oh, what was that thing about the 49ers? Something about some guy, that conspiracy theory that if that one guy didn't make that shot or something, then he wouldn't have gotten with the Kardashian mother, and then the Kardashians wouldn't exist. It was old.
Oh!
We talked about it
O.J.
before.
Simpson.
That was
He
it?
played for the Bills, not the 49ers.
Oh, the Buffalo Bills, yeah.
Because he had some kind of connection with the family or something.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
All I know is the Kardashians suck and they shouldn't exist. Models. Worse than Jersey Shore.
"Oh yeah."
See, you didn't even have to think about that. You just like, oh yeah.
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Well, no one
Well, it's
likes.
like everyone thinks that women are like, every single woman on the exact planet loves to watch the Kardashians. No. I absolutely hate plastic people. I think they're the most disgusting people on the
Agreed.
planet.
Can we put them on a hot burner?
Wait,
Watch
what?
him melt.
Well, because I'm pretty sure the Kardashians paid extensively for liposuction, Botox, the breast implants. And if you put them over an open flame, they will probably melt.
Oh, probably.
And
it's I hate what Kim did with her kid. What
Melt
did
their fat
she name
asses.
her child?
who
Was it North? She named her child North.
Yeah, she did.
So the kid will be named Northwest.
Yeah. I just
I'm
I want
about
to die.
I'm about to go stay on witch trials and say call them all witches. Say we're borrowing at the stake.
Exactly.
I'll bring marshmallows.
I'll bring the chocolate.
That means you have to bring the graham crackers.
Graham crackers?
Yes, we'll on the campfire singing Kumbaya.
While burning the Kardashians and having s'mores. We are terrible.
No, they're just as bad, dude.
No, we're not as bad, but we are
No,
terrible.
they're worse than us.
Yeah, we're a good influence
We're awesome.
at times.
We are awesome.
At times we are good influence. They're never good influence. We've had the LC for over 6 years. We have probably influenced someone throughout high school. We've done some good. Unless that person starts shaking people, then we're sorry. Anyways, so
for yourself.
there's that image. Basically, back on topic. It's all about images. And right now, you know who doesn't have a good image?
Trump.
Well, besides that, Jason Almond.
Aldean.
Whatever.
I don't know who that is.
Jay Aldean. He's a country singer.
Oh, that's probably why.
The
He
basically
does that bro country crap. That is an actual
I try
term.
my highly best
That is
to
an
not
actual
listen to
term.
country.
Basically, bro country is that misogynistic, I'm gonna pick up chicks while drinking my beer music.
I wanna pick up chicks while I'm drinking my beer.
That's pretty much what country is. They they always sing about having sex in their.
I wanna have sex with my cousin in my truck with a beer.
With the dog watching on the side.
Get in the truck. Anyways, on his image right now, with me personally, I think his image is. I don't think he can get any worse. The Vegas massacre, 58 people confirmed dead.
And like over 500 injured.
Yeah, well, 59 people dead if you count the gunman, but apparently some people don't count the gunman as dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead. He shot himself.
Yeah.
That's dead. Anyways, basically, there's a gunman, shot up
at one of his concerts.
Yeah, and Jason Aldean has yet to come out and talk about it.
I was gonna say, where was he during all this?
He
where did he go when it happened?
His trailer was right behind stage, so he just quickly went to his trailer.
Wow.
Yeah. Personally, I would think the family,
because that's where all rednecks are going to go when something happens.
I think.
Trailer.
Well, he's not even a true redneck. A true redneck would sit there trying to shoot back.
Fair enough.
All right. Personally, I think
he could have at least done something.
Yeah. Give the families of the victims, even the people who died, full refunds for their concert tickets.
Or donate something,
No, just give them all full refunds out of his pocket. People died at his show.
Yeah.
They did not enjoy that show.
Yeah, I definitely helped pay for funeral costs to the victims.
Oh, definitely. I mean, yes, he was not responsible for the shooting.
But he should at least give back.
Yes. I mean, people were traumatized. People have died. People are injured. Because some people are probably, injured for life. They might not be able to walk again, use certain parts of their body. There's some compensation needed.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And for him to sit there and just, duck back behind stage and hide.
Just wait it out.
Yeah. One, that's bad for his image because he could have helped evacuate people backstage.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Behind the stage where it was safe. He could have helped direct people back there. He didn't. He just hid.
Of course.
And people died.
It's a bit cowardly.
People got injured. Him, the company that owns the stage or the venue that he was in, his producers or whatever, the record label, they need to put money towards, helping the victims, helping the families of the victims. I'd say give them all full refunds and then some. I mean,
I agree.
And another thing about the Vegas massacre, there are people who are mourning, in the process of grieving. You know what they don't need? They don't need idiots getting on YouTube trying to get their 5 seconds of conspiracy fame, trying to say there's a second gunman. They don't need that.
No.
They don't need to be sitting there like, oh, there's the killer out there. No. Not right now. Not right now.
Or not just ever in general.
Well, there's always going to be conspiracy theorists, but they don't need to be popping up, the day of or the day after the big massacre happens. No. Let the families mourn in peace. Stop trying to stir shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I gotta say. Stop trying to stir the pot. Let them mourn. Let everyone settle down after this. It's not right. And yes, you want to get your 5 seconds of YouTube. There's big. You might have all the proof in the world. Be considerate. I'm serious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be considerate. And my heart goes out to the people and their families.
Yeah.
If I could, I would help them pay for their funeral costs. I would do that. I'm not going to send, hopes and prayers. You know what that does? Nothing. It might make the families feel a little bit better, but it does nothing. That's just a placebo effect. That makes them feel better, but doesn't actually do anything. It says, sending your hopes and prayers like, oh, I'm sorry about your loss, but I'm not actually going to help you.
Mm.
You know, send some money, donate. Start up a little cause from donate. These are people in real pain.
There's the fact that they're making up stuff like this. There's just no time for it. There's
No.
no time to push for it at all.
No, instead they could be helping out. Like,
Yeah.
They could be sitting there on their
Actually
YouTube.
giving a shit.
They could be on their YouTube channel saying, "Hey, we started up this fund. You can donate to the families of the victims, or to the victims, or the hospitals that are treating the victims to help cover their costs."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Let's do that. You know?
Yeah, let's do that.
Mm.
We should do that. We should start up a little fund.
Like a GoFundMe?
Well, like an actual something reputable, but I guess.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
And
anybody could.
you got to start somewhere, I guess.
Mhm.
But basically,
Show some respect.
it's extremely disrespectful to be sitting there trying to make fame off of a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
And it really makes me want to punch some of the assholes in the face. And I'm not talking to the fans when I say assholes. I'm talking about the assholes who sit there trying to make their 5 seconds of fame. Just fuck off. There are people in mourning, grieving. People have died. Now's not the time for your crackpot conspiracy theories. Now's the time for you to either help or shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say about that. I'm the man. I'm going to tell everybody. I'm sorry. So this guy basically he showed me a video of Gator Man singing, and it's been stuck in my head.
Is that what we're calling him? Gator Man?
That's what you called him.
That's not what I called him.
In the text, that's what you called him.
Is that what I called him?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's just been
It fits.
Normally
I mean,
the song is annoying. When you put
Yeah,
Gator
it
Man in
is.
it, it's catchy.
Yeah.
But speaking of gators and stuff like that, I believe you had something for this,
Gators
Reptile
are
Lady.
dangerous.
Something about
I-
the safety of gators in the Everglades.
I wasn't really saying safety of gators. It's more like of the invasive creatures that are killing the gators.
Right.
Well, a lot of people think that gators are going, what's it called, extinct. That they're becoming minimal. They're just tiny. It's not.
The
There are
North
so many
American,
gators
yeah,
in
the
this
North
world
American alligator. That even if they're not in the Everglades, to go to Texas, Louisiana. I'm pretty sure there's some further north. I'm not too sure.
I don't think so.
I,
Because they only like to be in the warm places. You won't find
Right.
them in places that get cold.
well, not places that get terribly cold, but I'm pretty sure they do go a little bit north during the summer and they come down. Not saying they migrate. I'm just saying they might actually travel with the weather a little bit.
They don't migrate.
I'd like to hope they do. So there's some people up
They-
here
they-
I'd hope get eaten by gators.
I don't believe
Wow.
they migrate. They migrate
Right.
between lakes that are in Florida. Like, you find
Florida.
them a lot on college, university areas, and
That's
in
where
golf
they need to be.
College, universities, golf courses.
But what the thing about invasive creatures is that we get a lot of the big snakes, like the Burmese pythons and the what are the other ones?
Rock pythons.
About rock pythons, a lot of people think that we get anacondas down here. We do not. We get rock pythons, which get to be about the same size as the
Oh,
anaconda.
ooh, I know.
They
I know
can
why.
eat
I know
them.
why. I know why.
They can-
Because they don't want none.
Nerds. Okay, anyway.
Go on.
Oh my gosh. How do I know you people?
Well, You've known me for a long time over an internet site, but that's not for here. Anyways,
Yeah.
back on the topic.
Rock pythons can get to be about, I would have to say, maybe 13 feet long.
And if I'm correct, they're native to Africa?
I'm not really sure about rock pythons. I've only known about rock pythons for it's been maybe 5 years. I didn't know that they were an actual snake. And I'm like, oh, so they're actual real? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't know if they're from Africa or if they're from Brazil.
I'm not sure.
They could also be Australian for all we know.
Oh.
You get your big, basic, huge snakes from Africa, Brazil, and Australia.
I just looked up
Everything
on
in
Wikipedia.
Australia wants to kill you.
African rock python.
They're African.
Yeah.
Nailed the ace,
Okay.
it can't be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intelligent when it's a rock pythons.
They're and they're not a friendly snake. They're a really nasty snake, and a lot of people like to get them for pets.
They're aggressive.
They're
That's
aggressive.
stupid.
They do not like anyone. They don't even like their own breed. Sometimes in the wild, it goes with any snakes. They will eat their own kind.
They're cannibals. They
If it's
cannibalize.
smaller and they know that they can eat it, yeah. Well, most reptiles are cannibalistic.
Thanks.
You get your Burmese pythons and your ball pythons and your reticulated python or reticulated boas or something around there.
Reticulated pythons, yes.
There's something else that's a boa. I can't remember. Burmese. No. Burmese python. There's something else. There's another illegal animal that you can't own in Florida, and it's a type of boa, and it's just like the reticulated python.
Oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
something so simple and easy to understand.
It is, but I
It's-
can't at this
yeah.
moment in time. I can't.
Well,
It's
listeners,
like bomb.
you can look this up. You can look up these breeds. You can probably look up the banned reptile breeds in Florida.
The
They're-
reticulated pythons get to be about 16 feet long.
Jesus
Ugh.
shit cakes.
Oh yeah,
That's why it
they're
takes.
it's horrible. They don't get as big as the anacondas because the anacondas are one of the only known snakes that can continue to grow.
Throughout their entire lives.
Yeah. But they're in the Everglades right now, and they're killing off everything.
They're
They're
eating everything.
The deer, they're eating the gators, they're eating the tortoises.
Not the
turtles.
gators.
Not the tortoises.
What about the hares? Are they eating the hares?
They'll eat anything that's big enough for them to eat. If they can go after a hare, then yeah.
Just like the
probably.
Kardashians.
But
Good night, everybody.
there's so many. The only reason why these snakes have inhabited Florida is because you have asshole people who don't know what they're getting their hands into.
And
They
then
buy
when
these snakes expecting them to stay small, but after a year or so, they're already 9 feet long. So
these people panic and they instead of
they panic because they can't feed them. Buying rabbits and stuff for these animals is expensive. That's why we breed our rats and our mice in the backyard for our animals. Because it's cheap. The food is $5 in one of those really big,
It's a little bit more cost
really
effective.
big bags.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that's expensive for us. But they breed like crazy, so we can constantly. But when you get a snake that big, you have to constantly change your food for them. So it starts off with mice when they're babies, and then rats, and then it goes to guinea pigs, and then it goes to rabbits, and then once it gets big enough, you're starting to feed it pot-bellied pigs. It's just...
It just keeps going up and up from there.
and it gets expensive,
more
and
demand.
people don't want to deal with it. So instead of selling the snake or giving it away to a zoo, which zoos will take them like it's candy. Oh, you want the snake? Oh, sure. They took a 12-foot long red-tailed boa from us because we could not take care of her anymore because she got massive. So we gave it to the freaking Lar Park Zoo down here. She lived a couple, I think 10 years with them and then passed away. So instead of giving them or selling them away to people that can actually take care of them, they release them in the wild. And because it's so hot down here, they can survive because we don't really have winter. We have winter for about like a week in December, and that's about it.
You actually got a winter there. That's crazy.
Yeah, and
It's not cold though. It's like sweater, and people wear
Gotcha.
like snowsuits, and it's still hot where I know. So it gets to be like 60 degrees down here, and that's about it.
If I recall correctly, reptiles, when it does get cold, they slow their body functions down, kind of go in a hibernation state.
It depends on the reptile if they do hibernate or not. It doesn't get that hot down here. There's another invasive species. It's called a tegu.
The tegu moths. Yeah.
We have 2 of them, and they're hibernating right now.
Right.
The minute October hits, they hibernate, and then the minute February starts, they are awake, and then they want to eat everything.
Yeah. They're an invasive species?
They're an invasive species. I don't know. I think what happened with that is there was a zoo a couple years ago during a hurricane. It broke down. There were so many animals that got loose from that zoo that were put down on site, like tigers. I think there was like a bobcat, a couple animals. Like the big cats all got put down the minute people saw them. Right. Instead of hitting them with tranquilizer, they just put them down.
Is there a chance of seeing a hippo down there?
No.
No. I think it'd fit in perfectly in the Everglades.
Sure. Be killing our gators is what it'd be doing.
It'd look just like a manatee, kind of. So I'd probably mistake it for manatee at first.
Probably. But the issue with the tegus
eating a lot of the local bird species, I assume.
No, they do not climb as much as you would think. They're like more like they'll climb stumps and stuff. And they're burrowers. I can't say it.
Burrowers. They're
burrowers.
If I recall, are they an Australian or an African species?
I think they're African. I'm not really good at remembering when it comes on spot. Like I'll remember like in 2 hours, be like, oh, they're from here.
We're getting 5 different levels of educational up in here then. Nice.
So, but the thing about them is that they're killing the gopher turtles, which is a
endangered species.
They aren't really endangered, to be fair, but
on the threatened list. You're
not allowed to touch them. You're not allowed to feed them. You're not allowed to have them as pets. And their eggs, it takes up to 4 months for a tortoise egg to hatch out. So in the burrows, when they're hungry, tegus love eggs. Eggs are like one of their favorite things to eat. They will eat the tortoise eggs. They also eat the box turtle eggs too.
Ooh.
But because they are on the endangered species list, we are losing count on gopher turtles. And the really cool thing about turtles and tortoises, which I kind of wish as women we could have that kind of organ, is they can discard sperm if they want to. If they don't have the space in them, or if they're not old enough and they don't want to ferment their eggs, they'll just discard the sperm. Like they're like, I'm not ready yet. Like that would be so cool if we had that. We wouldn't need birth control.
We're on the topic of invasive species here.
I know.
Let's not go back to birth control, please.
Okay. So it's a cool thing that the turtles and stuff have that. It is sad for the people who own them and they're trying to make a profit off of the turtles, because depending on the type of species you have, you can get a really high count in money rise for the babies. But so a lot of these animals are being stressed out because they have invasive species that are not from here that are eating and attacking them.
And these invasive species are breeding quickly.
They are breeding because it's warm, it's hot here, everything is horny, everything wants to have babies. It's pretty much what Florida is. Florida, for invasive species, is like their vacation.
That's why old people thrive there.
Exactly. It's so true. But like my aunt
Ew.
a couple months ago, in last year, it wasn't a couple months, it was last year. She was on a hike and she sent my father a picture of a tortoise. A tortoise that I believe, I hope I'm not messing this up, is from Africa. It is a star tortoise. Actually, I could be totally fucking wrong right now. It's probably not even from Africa. But she passed two tortoises, a star tortoise and a leopard tortoise, which are not from here at all. And of course, we don't know where she was. And when she went back to find these tortoises to give them to us, because honestly, we don't need invasive tortoises, reptiles, snakes. We don't need anything like that here. Even though it is cool to find interesting looking tortoises, but again, they're not native. They're killing off everything else. Every different type of tortoise has a favorite type of food. So if everything is getting eaten by the invasive species, our animals are dying off. It's the same with, there's a lot of birds that are in Florida that are not native because people have them as pets and they set them free. Or they come over on they come over on like planes as pets and people forget about them. Or they come on boats or they follow boats. It's the same with, there's a whole bunch of fish that they have in Florida as well that are not native because people have had them as pets and have released them.
And people just find it perfectly acceptable to abandon species that aren't native to an area into an area.
There are certain animals that people want as pets, but on the fish and life animal people that they have here, we can't have them because they're illegal. Like, we can't have green anacondas here because they're against the law, because some dumbass decided to set one free and it was killing off the native birds that were in the area.
Well,
so we can have yellow anacondas because they are a smaller species, but you still have to have a license, which you have to pay $50 every year to renew, and you have to write down every single animal that you own.
Oh.
In species wise to have a license. So if you get like 50 new animals the next year, you have to write a whole new out for a whole new license, which I think is like $100.
You know, I kind of think that if you own an animal, period, doesn't matter what type, even if it's just like a dog or cat, you should probably have a little license for that too.
Probably. If it's an outside animal, maybe. I wouldn't really say much about cats and dogs because even though they came from a certain area and you've had them for a while, they're more American now because there's so many feral dogs and cats. You can't really make people have license for them. But with their reptiles and with the fish, you have to have a license. It's also the same with birds. Birds, fish, and reptiles have to have a license. We still have yet to get our license. I don't know if my dad even finalized the freaking paperwork for it. But we have, most of the animals we have, other than the big monitors and a couple ball pythons, are native.
Yeah.
So if we got, and a couple of the turtles too. All of our tortoises are not native. But we have box turtles, which we can release if we want to. And we have like 40 rat snakes. And they're all native to here. So if anything, if no one wanted to buy them, we could just release them because they're native to Florida. And a lot of people don't realize that when they set animals free, even in their home, like right outside, they'll just set them go and they'll release them. Your neighbor across the street is going to find the fucking snake in their yard and they're going to kill it.
More than likely.
And
we had to pick up a ball python that someone found in their garage. It was just laying there like, what's up? How are you? They're not native to Florida. So it was someone's pet, either got out or they were tired of having it and just let it go.
oh, I thought this would be a perfect place to cross over into another topic, and it's also a topic you can segment too. It's basically about pets that you do normally find too. Even
Yeah,
cats and
that's,
dogs. Yeah, even cats and dogs can be invasive species in an area.
that's true.
I mean, around where I live, people they let their dogs run wild. They let the cats run wild, and it's gotten so bad that people they just don't care about their pets. Animal control came by, a couple times last week, and I just picked up dogs off the street. These are people's pets that they're just not taking care of. They're just letting run loose.
It's really irresponsible.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that.
I mean, someone the other day just came by, tried to abandon their dog, and they drove off, and their dog chased after them.
Oh, the poor puppy.
Yeah. What happened after that, but it's basically when it comes down to invasive species, domestic or exotic. It comes down to the ownership.
And the responsibility.
Yeah. You may think you want the animal now, but think 5 years, 10 years from now, are you going to still be able to handle the responsibility? Yeah, it might be a cute little puppy right when you get it, or a cute little kitten, but they get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless they're chihuahuas, then they only get a fraction bigger.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
some people, they see a Rottweiler puppy and think, oh, it looks like a little teddy bear. They want it. They get it.
It's going to grow up.
Yeah, it grows up.
You got to be able to handle the responsibility.
When they hit their juvenile or adolescent years, they get these long legs. Their body gets disproportionate. You got a big head, kind of skinny body, long legs before they start filling out when they grow up. Yeah, they look weird, and people don't like that. They get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happens? You get a dog population of just roaming wild dogs so large that, they go around, they will actually start attacking people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just... Oh, go ahead.
No, you finish.
And that's just as much a problem with invasive species because, a wild pack of feral dogs, they'll kill off just as much native species as,
Oh, yeah.
Any other animal.
Yeah. And that also ties in, if you're going to get a dog, look into getting it spayed neutered. I mean, you had something to talk about that.
Wait, what? Sorry, I wasn't paying
No,
attention.
I was like, and when people get dogs, cats, you need to pay attention heavily to the idea. You're going to have to either spay or neuter your cat dog.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe you had something you want to talk about that.
The issue is that most people get these dogs from dog farms, and at pet stores they're not neutered. Like at PetSmart, Petland, none of those animals are neutered or spayed. They're given to you, 2,000, 5,000. Well, I think the highest dog that they had at Petland was $14,000, and then they give you a kit for taking care of these, which is like another $100.
Right.
And you're given these dogs that were from puppy mills and puppy farms, and most of them have issues and all this. And then you go and get another dog from them, and you're expected to think that these dogs are fixed. And most of the time they're not. And most people don't take their dogs or their cats to the vets right away. Mm-hmm. We didn't do it with ours. Because they had given the list out of all the shots and stuff they've gotten. But nowhere on there said if it was neutered or spayed. And our dogs, once our female became in heat, we were on vacation, she got pregnant. But we're good enough to go and get them fixed afterwards and to give the dogs away. We gave our dog. We didn't feel like selling them. I think it's just stupid. We gave them away to people who actually wanted dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have people out here who are doing the puppy mill thing. They're constantly breeding these dogs with their siblings, with other things, and most of the time they'll either kill the dog if they don't want it, or they'll stuff it in a bag and they'll throw it out in the forest. And when it gets free, it roams free. And they'll constantly dump in this one spot, and they'll constantly breed one another, because that's all that's out there. So you've got a pack of dogs that live in a forest that constantly breeding. They're constantly killing native animals because they have nothing else to eat. It's the same with the cats. There is a huge population of feral cats. My dad just picked up 3 feral kittens at his work. You don't want to know what they were going to do with the kittens if they couldn't find someone to take them. But we have feral kittens. They can't catch the mom. The cats are very smart animals. So when it comes to trapping them, you can't. Unless you're laying out a trap that's there to kill them. That's the only use to catch a feral cat.
I don't know. I find ham to be a good motivator.
It depends if you're out there, though. And they're out on a farm. You're not going to find those cats. In really the highest thing that you really need to find is the female. And then you need to find the alpha male that's breeding these cats. Which a lot of people don't do. And then you have people who have the cats, and they have indoor and outdoor cats. We used to have an indoor and outdoor cat, but he was fixed. Our neighbor did not, and she ended up having like 15 cats at one point because they all had babies. But they weren't feral. That's the only thing. But when it comes to neutering and spaying animals, it really needs to be done. Because we have a huge population of feral cats and a huge population of feral dogs. They're killing the native animals in the area. Birds especially are the number one thing that are going down in count because your feral cats are out there killing them. And a lot of people are like, oh, you have to hunt the cats, you have to kill the cats. The only reason why we have feral cats is because people like them don't know how to fix them. It is expensive, I get it. You can just go to the fucking vet though, drop the cat off. If it's not yours, you found it on the street, my neighbor does it. He catches the cats, goes to the vet, tell them that they're feral. He's like, I'm not taking the cat back, but it would be nice if you could fix it. And they'll fix it. They don't pay. They don't ask you for money. You can just drop an animal there, be like, hey, I found this animal. It looks like it needs to be fixed or whatever, blah, 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 and leave it there, and they'll fix it, and they'll put it in the pound. And the whole issue is that the pounds are so full because people are going to pet stores, and they're buying pet stores from puppy mills and from, I don't even know, there's a cat mill. I know there are people that breed cats, and they get them to the pet store. There
is, a couple years back, I'd gotten a cat. You remember the Siamese-looking one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got it direct from basically a cat mill, and right then and there, I knew there was something wrong with this cat.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually some mental deficiencies with the cat. It had a mange problem, and yeah. Well, my ex at the time said, well, why don't we just let the cat go? I was like, I don't want to. Well, she finally talked me into it. We did. It ran under a dumpster and got stuck.
Mm.
So we had to keep the cat anyways. But I didn't know that much about the mental deficiencies
Mm-hmm.
of the cat. And the other health problems, one day he just stopped eating and he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it. Most of the time, when you have a cat that has a disability like that, it's because of inbreeding. If you breed a sibling to another sibling, when it comes to dogs and cats, there will be fucked up. Always. We accidentally left our male cat with one of his sibling when she went into heat, and we didn't know they made it. And out of 6 of their kittens, only 1 of them survived. 2 of them died during birth, and the others, one of them had a heart condition, which I love the kitten. I thought it was the cutest thing on the planet, and I bawled my eyes out when he passed away. And then the other ones had missing a leg, or their legs were smaller than the other ones. People don't realize that cats and stuff are not like rats. Rats can mate with their siblings and their babies will be totally fine. Like, there'll be nothing wrong. That's the great thing about rats, that you can breed them with their siblings and they'll be totally fine with it, and their babies will look like normal babies.
Incest. Disgusting.
Yeah. But when it comes to cats and dogs, their babies are disfigured, have heart issues, have body issues. A lot of them get neurological diseases that end up being really bad. Like, there's a disease for cats it's a neurological disease. They can't be passed on. It can be passed on to their babies, though, where they call it the shake. Their body literally just shakes when they walk around. And a lot of them get a permanent head tilt, or they just die from it because it's too much. And that's another reason why people are like, you need to spay your cats and dogs. We have enough cats and dogs in this entire world to give every single person a cat or a dog. We have enough of them. We don't need any more.
I'm pretty sure the amount of cats and dogs in the world outnumber people. And another reason why you need to spay and neuter your pets is you're talking about packs of wild dogs. How long is it before, a couple are hiking out in the woods and they are attacked by the pack of dogs?
Exactly. There's an entire island over in freaking Japan that is cats. There are 21 people that live on the island, and they're the people that feed them. The rest, I think they have up to 22,000 cats on the island.
How have the cats not turned and eaten the people?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's bad because none of those cats on the island are fixed. They're all having babies, constantly having babies. And a lot of people are like, oh, don't worry, they'll never leave that island. Cats can swim. Cats hate water because it's just, they hate it to begin with.
Well,
but if they need to swim, they will swim.
Well, with cats, unlike dogs, a cat's fur gets really heavy when wet. And
that's true.
They don't like that feeling. There's some cats that do enjoy swimming. Mm-hmm. But most cats, they don't like the feeling of their fur being heavy. They don't like it.
No. That's why a lot of cats don't like water.
Yeah. Oh.
But that's pretty much what I have to say on neutering your cats and dogs.
Well, I think it's just eventually you're going to get, a pack of, feral animals large enough that it's going to be a threat to people.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I just smacked my own cat in the face on accident.
Someone call the ASPCA.
No. Tuna.
Play that sad commercial.
Call Sarah McLaughlin.
No. I hate that commercial.
Honestly, though, regarding that commercial, if they make people adopt those animals, I'm going to say is putting animals that look like they're, on death's door isn't really the greatest campaign plan. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, people go for the kittens, and they go for
the cute little kittens and the cute little puppies, cute little fluffy things.
And they spend money on the freaking pet stores. If you go to the pound, they always have a section of kittens because they find kittens out on the streets because the mom got ran over, the mom got picked up on a separate time. People don't want to pick up pound animals because they think something's wrong with them.
There's not really anything wrong with them. Some people just bring their animals to the pound because they can no longer take care of them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like they weren't prepared for
responsibility.
They weren't prepared for their little Great Dane puppy to grow up and eat 50 pounds of food a day.
Exactly.
That's an exaggeration, though. I don't know how much Great Danes actually eat. I'm going off of Scooby-Doo.
They eat a lot because they are a big dog.
They're a big dog with a high metabolism. Yeah. Hound animals, just as adorable, just as fun-loving as the pets that you'd find at a pet store. Possibly even more fun-loving because they have had owners before.
Exactly.
I mean, personally, I like dogs. I'm a dog guy. Rottweilers for the win. I was raised by a Rottweiler. That explains a lot.
I agree.
Basically, when my mom was like emergency room nurse, my dad worked on a farm. They left me at the farmhouse alone with a Rottweiler. So yeah,
Oh,
for the first 5 years of my life, I was raised by a Rottweiler.
interesting.
That explains why I hate people. Don't worry, you guys are cool. You guys are cool. But yeah. Anyways, we have taken a lot longer than we usually do for this show, and that
was worth it.
It is worth it, and we still have topics to cover.
Oh.
Right now, we need to make a decision. Do we want to keep talking, or do we want to save these topics for the next episode?
I don't mind either one.
Still go? No. I think that's kind of 2 votes for still go, more or less. All right.
I don't care.
So I hope I'm getting it right, and you can tell your friend. Here's a brief shout out to Planeswalker Elliot? Question mark.
Yep, that's Elliot.
Elliot for the yeah. Let him know that he's being mentioned. He has a shout out to him in this episode.
Okay.
For tell him it's later in the episode, but for kind of inspiring this next topic about schools and stuff.
Okay.
So basically, it's slightly modified, but still goes along the lines. Schools, the minor corruption in them, and about what was his topic? About how gaming influences kids and something like that.
I'm not sure.
You might want to ask him
because it was way too far down.
Oh, you might want to ask him about that, but I think for kids, if they're under the age of 10, I wouldn't let them game because they're
Other than the educational ones.
not even that. They could probably do it at school,
Yeah.
because the teacher's under it, but like actual gaming, don't let them do it if they're under the age of 10. Because some games, kids can't rationalize the difference between reality and the games at a younger age. And it just, wait till they're 10 years old to let them start gaming when they learn that there's a difference. I mean, just because a kid games doesn't mean they're going to have bad grades in school. Mm-hmm. Sometimes gaming can teach you a lot.
I didn't start until I was a teenager, so...
No, I was game. It did kind of mess up my perception of reality just a little bit. I'll admit that, just a little bit. But then again, I didn't no one in the world had the perfect childhood. We can all agree on that.
No.
I gamed when I was younger, but also because my mom played all the games that we own when she was pregnant with us. So we'd always have like an hour of game time, and then we'd do everything else.
Well,
so it never really messed with not for me. My brother would literally have a tantrum, and he still does it to this day, if he doesn't get to play the video game. We have a lock system on our TV because he won't do anything other than play video games.
I don't know.
At all.
Then again, back when we were kids, we didn't have that many graphically violent video games either.
No, we didn't.
Nowadays, you got games that go into full-on detail, like was the one of the Mortal Kombats where they show
Mortal Kombat X.
Mortal Kombat X, where they show like the bones breaking,
and the fatality kills.
Yeah, and the fatality kills. Yeah, don't let your kid under the age of 10 play that. In fact, don't let your kid under the age of 16 play that.
Don't let them play GTA either, because they have the scenes where you can pick up hookers, and it doesn't show any privates, but you still have the sound.
It's the implied.
You have see of them. They're having sex in a car.
It's still a scenario.
And I've tried to get around that car bit by getting a car that doesn't have a roof on it, or like knocking. Oh.
Sorry, it's really loud.
That's okay. Everyone else heard that. We gonna leave that in? Do you want us to leave that in?
Mr.
I
50.
don't remember. It was just the sound.
Well, it's cool. Anyways, and yes, I know for a fact that even no matter how much steps your kids take to try to see what goes on in those hooker scenes, you can't.
No, you can't.
I have gone full on through there. The closest you get is at the Playboy Mansion. That's the closest you'll see of anything.
But still, your 8-year-old son doesn't need to be playing a game that involves carjacking, shooting people, having sex with people. I used to play those games, but...
Jeez. Don't worry, I played the original GTA 2.
I played them. I was like 15 when I played them.
Oh, I was like 6 when I played... Well, not 6. That's a little... I want to say
when I was a child,
8?
I had the outdoors and my friends to play with.
I was 8 years old when I played the first Grand Theft Auto, and because I didn't rent it properly from Blockbuster.
Ooh, did you buy it?
No, I didn't understand the concept of renting or buying. I just picked it up and left.
Wow.
And how did you get away with that?
I'm 8 years old. Well, I was. Apparently now I'm 5. But essentially, I've played GTA Online within the past year. There are people that let 6-year-olds play that GTA Online. Yeah. That's worse than playing regular GTA. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Are you kidding?
And they wonder why these kids learn these foul languages.
Yep.
At such a young age, and why they treat their families like shit.
Back when
they have these little assholes online that are teaching them these words.
Back when we were kids, it was teacher, teacher. He stuck his tongue out at me. Nowadays, it's teacher, teacher. He called me a cunt. It's like, where the hell did time go?
Exactly.
But yeah, people.
Watch your profanity.
I mean, yes, at around the age of 10, you can let your kid start playing something like Call of Duty. Just don't let them play with the mic and don't let them play online. Don't let your kids play online.
This is why I only do single player.
Yeah. Don't let your kids play online until they're in their teens. Because when they're going to high school, they're going to learn that language anyways. They're going to learn those words anyways.
Unfortunately.
I learned those when I was in freaking first grade. I had a really foul friend who we used to play gigantic bowling, and this one chick said something nasty to him, so he picked up the gigantic bowling pin and beat her with it.
Oh.
Yeah. It was actually pretty funny to watch because she kind of deserved it.
Well, see the topic. I think his topic was how gaming influences grades. Like I said, there shouldn't really be. I don't think gaming influences your grades that much. I mean, there's some things you can learn from games, but I'm firm on the belief that you should game until they're at least 10.
I don't think they should be able to game when it comes to the school week. Saturday and Sunday are your free days. Those are days that you get to game.
I was going to say, use it as like a reward system type deal.
I don't know. Me personally...
if you fuck up in school, you can't play with it. If you're great in school, you can play with it.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Kind of like that, but to somewhat of a,
limit. When I was a kid, it was more like I'd get home after a long day at school, dealing with teachers' bullshit. I went to a very corrupt school when I was a kid, living in Arizona. So when I got home, it was just like, fuck everything. I'll do my homework. Then I'm going to play me some video games.
You and me both, brother.
And everyone leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents learned quickly how much I liked to play video games when they tried to ground me. They took my computer, a big-ass Dell desktop, out of my room and carried it down the hallway. And I'd say about 40 feet away. I'm not good at measuring the distance of the house I used to live in, back in 2004, 2003.
Anyway.
Anyways, so I'd basically get up in the middle of the night, I'd fake going to sleep, wait for them to go to sleep. I'd sneak into the room, take my computer, both the tower and the monitor, and the keyboard, the mouse, and everything, take it back to my room, game almost all night, and then put it back in the room before they wake up in the morning.
Interesting.
So yes, gaming does have some bad side effects like that.
See, when I was younger, I guess I played on my computer way too much that my parents put a lock system on it. So once 12 o'clock hit, I couldn't touch my computer because it wouldn't let me go on the internet. It wouldn't let me go on anything.
Yeah, see, I was a tech savvy kid, so yes, my parents would try that, but
We're better with technology than our parents.
well, that's part of being part of the new generation, but you know,
unfortunately.
the downside of gaming is you can get addicted to it, and that's even worse with kids.
Yeah.
I mean, you let a kid play a game, yes, he might do good, like it, he might not like it, but comes around, you know, when it's time to take it away, they're gonna pitch a huge fit. I think I was going to continue on to say something else, but I didn't. But point is, video games for kids, they are addicting. So yes, it's a good idea to limit that. Like maybe just the weekends, maybe, you know, if they did good in school, you know, have to do all their homework, their chores, or if they're like the kids that do chores in the mornings, you know, when they get done with their homework after school, let them play, you know, maybe stay safe 2.5 hours of video game. I say that because 1 hour isn't really much because, you know, time flies.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, me and you, we're probably going to game after this, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe around till 8 o'clock.
Maybe.
Yeah, and, well, usually we do. And when we do, doesn't it feel like, you know, 4 hours passes quickly?
Somewhat.
Yeah, exactly. And even you experience that, right?
What?
When you play games, it seems like time passes quicker.
Kind of. If it's a game that I can enjoy, then yes, time goes fast. If it's a game that I just can't stand, but there's nothing else to play, it seems like a lifetime of playing it. It's only been like 5 minutes.
Shoot it in the dangly bits. That's a quote from.
I know what he's talking about.
I'm telling her. After we recorded last week, we played Borderlands, a pre-sequel, and we a particularly nasty sounding opponent. Like the sounds it made were just disgusting, unprofessional. It'd fart. So.
And then we got right up underneath it.
And we didn't you punch him with dangly bits?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Just uncomfortable because it's right in your freaking face.
Yeah, it shoots this green stuff.
Just letting it all hang out.
Oh.
Well, when you play the Borderlands pre-sequel, you'll understand. It's pretty fun though.
Just letting it all hang out.
Remember when I played soccer with that one? Good times. Anyways, yeah. So basically, and then we're getting off topic. I'm getting off topic. I broke my promise.
No, I don't think we are. I think we're still on topic.
You broke the
No,
promise.
We're talking about.
No, we're talking about how
so-
gaming influences school, though.
No, we're just talking about gaming.
Oh, all right.
It still fits. So
Yeah.
We're fine.
Well, well, to get back to the school part, though, you know, don't let. You know, there's a lot of excessively violent games, and there's some games that, you know, just the act of killing can
Have an impact.
Yeah. Like Minecraft. Yes, you may think, oh, it's just blocks and, you know, it's not even real things. Killing, though, you know, you got like 5-year-olds trying to play it, you know, they're going to think, oh, okay, you can kill stuff, it's okay. But they're 5 years old, their brains aren't fully developed. That's going to carry over outside. They're going to see a pig, they're going to think, oh, it's okay to kill that pig. They're going to see a cow, it's okay to hit that cow. See a chicken? It's okay to cut that chicken's head off, use its blood to summon Satan.
They grow up so fast.
Next thing you know, summon paranormal entities and whatnot.
In the bedrooms, in the basements.
On the roof. The
That's
heist.
not ground the bastard.
Yeah. You ground your kids when they're playing on the roof.
Yeah.
But, basically, I don't think kids like gaming doesn't really positively or negatively impact the grades if done in moderation.
Yeah.
But sometimes schools will like to use that as their scapegoat, though. They're like, "Does your kid play any games at home?" It's like, "Yeah." Well, that might be why his behavior is going on. It's like, well, sometimes you should probably watch the students that you're taking care of at the school, though.
Exactly.
And what goes on at home ain't none of your fucking business.
Yeah. Well, it kind of is because say the mother and the father get in a fight, the kid's gonna catch the recoil from that, and that's just gonna go straight to the school. Like
he's gonna repeat some of those words in class.
Exactly, or he's gonna start hitting, spitting, kicking, throwing chairs, ripping posters off the wall. Just
being a little bastard.
Being a little shit. And yes, I'm gonna say it. When kids are doing that, they're being little shits. But here's the thing. The school can also do something to help with that. It's not just the parents' job to help control kids' behavior. The school can help too. I don't know. Maybe the kid's getting picked on at school, right? The teachers are like, well, there's just not enough teachers to watch over. It's like,
that's no excuse.
The schools, their classes are getting smaller. The local school, I asked them how big their classes are. Like, you have about 17 students for each class. Like, okay, one teacher with, maybe an assistant in the room for 17 kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually fairly reasonable, and you should be able to keep track of your kids.
Definitely.
Yeah. And what do you think?
It just depends to me, honestly. If your kid's a little shit and he plays video games and he's failing in school, it's the parents' fault for letting them play video games.
Yeah.
I think it's the parents' fault for not teaching them manners.
That too.
I was spanked as a kid when I, did some serious fuck-ups. When I got suspended for the first time ever, I was grounded for a month, and for a full week after I got home from school, I got spanks. Doesn't matter if I was good or not at school, it's just, the ongoing punishment thing. And after that, I was like, okay, I'm not going to get suspended ever again. If that's what happens when I get suspended, nope, no more. I don't like this. Nope. My parents may have been overboard with some of their punishments, but it taught me, don't do that shit.
See, I was a good kid and never got anything other than detention on the last day of freaking school for 12th grade because I ran out of late passes for the beginning of the day. I got driven to school by my mom's friend who, sadly, in the morning time has her job, which is to throw paper. So, apparently, out of 3 of us, I was the one that got the most late passes, even though I went to school the same time in the morning they did. So I got the detention. And it's supposed to be 2 hours in detention. And our detention teacher, we called him Mr. Clean because he looked like the Mr. Clean guy.
We had a teacher that looked kind of like Mr. Clean, didn't we?
Yeah.
And he looked at all of us. There's like at least 20 of us in detention. He goes, I don't have time to sit here and watch all of you. I'm going home. You can go ahead and go home yourself. And he just walked out of the room.
Bye.
Why wasn't
We
our...
were there. I was in detention for 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, that's
Remember
cool.
the time we had to go to detention because that one teacher didn't know what the shit she was doing?
Oh, yeah.
We had a substitute teacher once. What was it, your senior year?
I think it was either junior or senior.
So, basically, we got a substitute teacher for one of our agriculture classes. Basically, usually when we get a substitute, they just, they don't care.
They don't know what the actual teacher's plan
No, the actual teacher leaves them a movie to put on. Usually for that teacher, it's the Astronaut Cowboy or
something
Castaway.
Ours was either Lion King or Space Jam.
See, it would have been cool to watch Space Jam, but our teacher would leave the Astronaut Cowboy or Castaway, and it was Astronaut Farmer. That's what it is. Never mind, not Astronaut Cowboy. I think it was Space Cowboy. It was Astronaut Farmer. It was the Astronaut Farmer, and we'd done our little usually he'll leave a minute amount of paperwork for us to do, we'd done it.
Mm-hmm.
Me, this guy, and we did it, and we'd go to the computers, goof around, do that. Well, that's something that we're usually allowed to do. This one substitute teacher, dumber than a box of rocks.
Sent us to detention for it.
Yep. Didn't send Brandon, though. Brandon wasn't sent, remember?
I don't remember that part.
He wasn't sent. There's just me and you.
I remember that, for damn sure.
Yeah. I didn't see her subbing for Utter ever again. Did you?
That's why.
Yeah.
She's still, to this day, she's down as the worst sub I've ever had.
I'd rather have Mr. Nichols. For those of you who don't know, and ReptileLady, Mr. Nichols is this really old guy that when he wrote his name, he'd write a cartoon dog into his name, so kids can relate. He's a pretty cool old man, though. He's pretty chill. He didn't really care what you did, just as long as you behaved and were respectful. That's pretty much his own requirements.
Wow.
You don't remember Mr. Nichols?
No.
He subbed once for Teitzel, and no one knew the difference.
Damn, he's good.
Yeah. He's also old, too, so we just naturally thought it was Teitzel.
Yeah, like I said, he's good. Damn.
The only time we realized that it wasn't Teitzel, he didn't say the thing.
He didn't say the thing?
He didn't say the thing.
This must have been after I graduated.
Yeah, this was after you graduated. He didn't.
Yeah.
So we had a teacher in high school. His name was Mr. Teitzel. Dwight Teitzel.
Very old school and just old in general.
After high school, I thought he died.
No, he's still around.
That's how old he was. I thought he had died. Basically, he's old, and he'd say particular individual, so to speak.
Yeah, he had a very old vernacular, very old way, that old
Oh my
fashioned.
god, it was amazing.
Shit.
He was cool though. Boring as sin, but cool.
Fell asleep in his class one time. I admit, one time. Well, look at you.
And one of them was when I was trying to break the world record for staying awake. I fell asleep in his class.
That's the perfect place to do it.
Yeah. Well, as long as you get your work done, he doesn't care.
And I sat in front of the class, so I got caught right away.
For a teacher.
It wasn't even by Teitzel.
In middle school, we had a demon as a teacher.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She was an English teacher. And I had a great English class. I loved my English teacher.
So did we.
Nice.
Teitzel was great.
Oh, yeah.
And the school's like, oh, hey, we're going to switch your English class to a different time. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have the same teacher, right? And she's like, no, you're going to have this teacher. And I'm like, no, because I heard that she was a demon. So I'm sitting in her class, sitting there, and there's a bigger animal lover than me. The only animals I don't like are some bugs and some other animals. I honestly don't like dogs, but I have them as pets because they're good footrests. But they're just annoying to begin with. Aren't you annoying? Anyways.
Is your dog scrunchy?
Are they scrunchy?
Does it have enough fat if you pick it up? It's neck fat kind of bunches up.
Oh yeah, our female dog who has 3 litters of puppies. She is just the fattest sausage on the planet.
Just hold her up, thumbs under her front legs, hold her up facing you, and just say, scrunch it.
Oh yeah, I like playing with her fat. She doesn't care. But anyways,
what was that one dog's name?
This
Conku.
girl in the back of the class found a cockroach, and it was green colored. It was a green cockroach. And she's like, I must save it. And the teacher stands up, walks over there, slaps her in the hand, and makes her drop the cockroach, and then squishes the cockroach in her face. She goes, don't you dare ever try to save creatures like this again. You touch another one of these animals, I'm sending you to detention. And this poor girl just starts bawling her eyes out. Just in the entire class year of having her, this girl tried to save 3 different type of bugs, and the English teacher just walked over to her and killed every single animal in front of her.
I get it. She doesn't like insects.
Well, Well, still, she killed a butterfly, okay? A really pretty monarch butterfly, and she killed it.
Okay, be honest, I don't like butterflies either.
Chicken shit.
It's not that I'm afraid of them, I just don't like them. It's like they're flying around, fluttering in your face, like, oh, look at me, I'm better than you.
There's a kitten trying to escape. You little demons. You little Get down. Get down.
Alright, so, reminiscing about school aside, I think that's... Did we cover everything?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we agree.
Again, the school and gaming, that is thanks to, ReptileLady's friend, Planeswalker Elliot. Thank you for the idea and inspiration on the topic.
Mucho credit. Oh,
Yes, thank you very much.
I only got the basic Spanish. Fuck off.
I didn't even get that far.
Spanish at all.
No, I'm learning it from the place I'm living.
Oh, I bet you're learning so much.
I learned how to rap.
Did you know?
I know. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah. No, anyways, I think we did a pretty good show. We're almost 2 hours in.
I think so. I think it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So, if anyone in the audience has any questions, anything, do we even have an LC email? I'll get on to making one. Well, we do have a Facebook and we do have a YouTube page and
the Twitter page.
a Twitter page.
You guys have a Facebook?
Yeah, man.
I did not know this.
How do you not know?
I don't know. I would follow your Twitter, but someone hacked into my own Twitter and still uses it to this day, and I can't get into it.
I would just start a new one.
Yeah.
Useless. I'll probably never go on it. Facebook and YouTube is pretty much the only thing I go on.
Well,
And Instagram.
Oh,
isn't that like an instant weed dealer?
nice.
Sure.
Anyways, so that's a joke aside.
Boo.
Ladies and gentlemen,
See, when we bad jokes, then it's time to end it.
ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for us, if you want us to talk about anything specific, leave us a note, or I'd say comment on our page on
Just
Facebook.
something.
You can message us too, but I like the comments, that way everyone can see it. Just leave us a comment or a message at the Latvian Corsair on Facebook or YouTube, and
Or Twitter.
we'll get back to you as soon as we can. It might be
It's usually
instantaneous.
pretty
It might be maybe an hour, but we will get back to you. Yeah. This is the Beard Man,
Surprise, motherfucker.
this guy, and
The ReptileLady.
yep. And this has been the Latvian Corsair Webcast, signing off.